Whew, sweating. And it's not even sunny. Right, just bear with. Just bear with a minute. Just on a building site here at Manchester. La la la. And that's what normally happens. The lads, bless them, have tipped me. And then just fecked off. So I've had to go and find them in the bait cabin because I wanted signing off. Right, just bear with me a minute. Let's just get these levels right on this thing because we've got to reverse out of here. It's going to be a bit tight. No, it is what it is. I'm going to try and reverse out and blindside round here. And I've just had a quick look at it beforehand, but having a quick look is one thing. Actually doing it is another. I'm going to have to get out and have another quick route. 1 second. Right. Let dog sit rabbit, lad. Let dog sit rabbit. Right, let's try for it. So I need to get it round here and get a nice wide swing as best as I can. I need to be trying if I can. There's a big pile of shite on my left hand side I want to avoid. The ground's pretty uneven, so now I'm just mindful of this shit here. I want to try if I can take turn off now, just mindful of fencing. Again, just mindful there's a fence at the side of me here on the right hand side. I don't want to clip it with arse end it, with unit. This is actually difficult. Well, I need to come closer to this pile of shite. I'm not going to make that. I need to hook this pile of shite but not get on it, if that makes sense. There's a big pile of shite on my left hand side, so I need to try and hook round it but not on it. Now there's a frigging, what's this man doing? There's a wagon wanting round the tipper. You don't take it personal, but it's typical of what happens on building sites. They let you in, everybody's your best mate, and as soon as they've tipped you, you just fuck off onto the next job. Jesus. There's a security fence in here on my right hand side and I don't want to clatter it, you see. Just get round here. Should just get round, but it's the uneven ground as well, and I say I'm hugging a big pile of shite here on the left hand side. There, miss it. Right, should be round there. If this security fencing wasn't here, we'd be alright, but it's there for a reason, isn't it? I'm just mindful now because I need to get straight, and the ground at the back of it when I'm trying to reverse over is pretty much uneven. It's like a bloody quagmire at various points. Right, so we're round. We'll just straighten him up and then we'll get round here. We want to turn right and get out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind. There we go. Right. Get him straight, nice wide swing, windows up. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Just mindful again, I'm coming close to another pile of shite now. I'm in right hand side, I'm going to have to put a tyre on it, I've no choice. Just mindful I don't rip a mud guard off. Right, we're out, pal. Christ for that. Good morning, me old Sporadactyls, dinkles and potted pings, and how the devil are you? I hope you're well. Joining us here from Middleton in Manchester. Mad for it, mate, innit? And we're going back out now to motorway. We've just tipped that. We're going back out now to motorway, and we're heading for Pollington, where we're going to drop this trailer and load with another one. I think you're gonna have to back off, mate. I'm sorry, I can't get back. Just take our time. I'll come round a bit more, lad. I think. Go on, pal. On you go, son. Go on now, ain't Piers Wowell. Just let him come past me. I'll let him commit himself. I was already committed. Right, so we're going to go out left here now and back to the motorway. By the looks of things, I think there might be another one waiting to come in, so just mindful. He's waving one forward at the same time as he's telling me to come out. So what does he want me to do? Like that way, there's another one waiting to come in, see? Alright, mate.
Shit in there, is it?
It's not shit, but it's typical. As soon as they tip you, they bugger off.
Oh, no.
Straight down there, and it's straight forward, straight in. But reversing back out, it's a blind side round a pile of shite fucking there.
Oh, mate.
Alright, mate. They're good, they're decent lads, but you know yourself, once they've tipped you, they've gone. Right, we're out. So, I'm not 100% sure where I go if I turn left here, so I'm just going to... I think I might send... this is Middleton anyway. I think I'm going to have to... just let me stop here a minute. I don't know why, but Hartshead Navicus is not switched itself on. So, I'm going to have to follow my nose now out towards the way I came in back to the motorway. I don't know where it'll take me if I go left, you see. I did click on job and press navigate too, but it's not worked. So I've no choice now, coming back out onto the main road. I'm just going to have to follow my nose out. I'm not sure where that would take me if I go left there, so as I say, it is what it is. Unless I can find somewhere to pull up here and retype in my postcode thingy-majiggy malarkey. Actually, I can bang it on here. I'll just bang it on here temporarily. I'll just get over as far as I can to the curb and put my hazards on. Traffic can get past me. It's not picking up. It's not picking up there for some reason. Nope, it's having none of it. Unless with no signal, I don't know. Right, we're out. I came in this way, so I'm just going to follow my nose out back to M62 basically. I'll back out towards the M60 and then make my way back to 62 because I want the M62 for Pollington, so I know where I am once I get on that. It should just be down here. I've not come a million miles away. We can't turn right, that's a weight limit. Yeah, it's just completely lost signal. Sometimes it does that. But mirrors, yeah, Hartshead Navicus is a good thing until you have no internet signal, and then you're fucked. Once I get back out onto the motorway, I know where I am, I know where I'm going. But I don't know every road in the UK, unfortunately. And I'm not perfect. I'm only human, I make mistakes. Just like yesterday. But I owned up to it, you know what I mean? I pulled out. I didn't give way to a car yesterday. We were down in Somerset. I got a few hand gestures and I almost lost my rag with the chap because, you know, I was wrong and I put my hands up to apologise and I was going to apologise to him, but then he started giving me hand gestures and being an arse with us, like. And I won't tolerate that, I won't put up with it. I'm only human, I make mistakes, do you know what I mean? I'm not perfect. There is a full video to that. I tried to upload it last night, but it wouldn't upload unless my internet signal's shite, I don't know, but it wouldn't upload last night. So I'll try it again later. But I got a clip from it anyway. Right, so we're coming down now towards motorway, so I want the M62, don't I? M66, M60, M62, Bury, Manchester, that one. I want straight on here. Right, so just mindful, keep in this lane. Time now is 10:30, there's nothing coming from right. It was absolutely horrendous coming in because it's just an absolute sheer volume of traffic. But I mean, it's that time of day, kids were back at school, it's like just gone 8 o'clock, kids are back at school as well, so traffic was horrendous, honestly. It seems to have eased off now, we've got a bit of a lull in the battle. Right, so I'm thinking I want the right hand lane if I'm going back to 62. I can't pick up any signs for it just yet. Do I want that way? I don't know. That left is going to take me to Manchester, it's the motorway I want. I think I go straight across here, if not I'm going to do a double loop at roundabout. Will that do? Yeah, I've come in this way, but guys, that was over an hour and a half ago. Yeah, here we go. Left here. Just follow its signs for M62, man. Again, just follow its signs for M62, so we'll take a left here at this roundabout. Yeah, I'm one of them. I don't just nitpick and choose the video footage that I put up. If I've fucked up and made a mistake, I'll hold my hands up and I've no problems about sharing it and posting it because I'm just human like anybody else. So don't think as I nitpick and choose me thingies. You know, I'm not putting that on because people will come at, I'll say I've fucked up. You know what I mean? One fella did say yesterday, he was quite right. He says, I can confirm that you have failed your test. Failure to give way to oncoming traffic. I said, right, well, a good job I weren't on my test, but he's right. No, he's absolutely spot on. If I'd have been on my test, I'd have failed. But I've passed my test, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. No, if I've made a mistake and I make a balls up and a boo-boo, I'm the first one to put my hands up and apologise. What I won't tolerate is when they start giving you abuse and hand gestures and calling you a wanker, just for the sake of, like, you know, 10 seconds out of his life. I won't put up with that. But it is what it is, it's part of the job. I mean, there are days I wake up and I think, not this shit again, I'm fucking fed up of this, do you know what I mean? It's just one constant battle in one of these things. But then again, I have to remind myself, no one forces me to do this job, I choose to do it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I choose to do it, I know the ins and outs of it, and you know, we're not popular, nobody likes us, nobody wants to get stuck behind a truck, but yet they all want the deliveries on time, do you know what I mean? I mean, only a few years ago when COVID hit, just mindful, only a few years ago when COVID hit, they were, you know, stood on bridges during lockdown doing the daily exercise and clapping at us and waving at us, calling us heroes, mindful of this guy getting in the car. as soon as lockdown finished, everyone's back to normal. We're just back to being, you know, nuisances and annoying pricks again. You know, do you know what I mean? So the general public have a short memory, don't they? But, hey, yeah, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. I'll ring him back later. Just mindful there's a van waiting turn. So again, just following my nose out towards the M62, mate. I just know we're on the outskirts of a place. Outskirts is that a word? We're on the outskirts of a place called Middleton in Manchester, and I'm pretty sure I would have come in this way. The sign's telling me straight on, and that's the way we're going. I weren't sure where it would have took me when I turned left. It might have spat me out towards the other side of Haywood, that way on. I don't know. But I'd rather, even if it cost me another 5 minutes, I'd rather follow my nose out this way and get on the right motorway. Right, so where are we at? I think we want right here. Oldham, Manchester. Yeah, we do. We want right here. Because I would have come off this motorway this side. So we want right towards Leeds on the M60, and then we want to be picking up. We want to be picking up the M62 that way on, don't we? Traffic's getting a bit busy here. I've no idea where anybody's going or what direction, so I don't pull out there. That's my gap, we're out. Because as soon as you pull out, the car what you think's going straight on comes burning right towards you, starts spraying hot on and calling your names and so. And you're back to being a wanker again. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things, isn't it? Right, signal on. I want to be coming across now, picking up the M60 this way, which should then take me back towards the junction for the M61, Bolton and all that, and then bloody Oldham thingy-majiggy malarkey. Or is Oldham that way? I'm not sure. Anyway, I want signposted for Leeds now, an M62, so... Yeah, this takes me towards the M66, Bury, Burnley, Blackburn, etc, etc. And I think I'm going to want the second lane of this in a minute for M62 for Leeds. We know where we are now, finally. I do, I want lane 2. So mirrors. Actually, I've come off wrong bloody lane. I could have gotten in this lane, but we'll stick in lane 2 for now. Until a car comes right up my rigged. Right, just mindful. Just start backing him off. I'm going right here at this junction. I'm sticking with this lane. For now. I think the other lane on the left now starts kicking off for the M66 Bury again, the motorway we've just come off. So I'm sticking in this lane. I could have gone in left-hand lane that would have took me round. There's a car now just coming sideways, so we'll stick with this one for now. So mirrors, there's nothing behind me now. I'm now going to come across into this lane. Only human. Not overly familiar with this area and these junctions, but there's no bother, we're sorted. Right, just follow it round, lad. Just follow it round, lad. Tickling and fettling, that horse. I'm popular today, everybody wants to ring me. For some reason. Right, this should be us now, getting up to M62. Take you up to the top at Little House on Prairie, then we'll probably cut you loose, mate. Because there's a lad just rang me, well there's 2 lads rang me actually. And I need to find out what they want. They just be fucking talking shite, you know what I mean? Just what's crack? Just giving me crack and that. is what it is. So just be as mindful. We're actually slow getting on here now because of this tanker up in front. It's probably fully loaded. Also, there's somebody what's just passed the test with a green P sign on, so just be as mindful. My signal's on now. There's a wagon coming at the side of it. He's just backing off for me, he's flashing me out. Just mindful of this learner here and this speed limit. I think is it a 40? Yeah, it's a 40, so we'll have to back it right off. Traffic's stacking right up again. Just coming off in good time. Yeah, I'm not sure what this next junction is. Perhaps if I'd have turned left out of that site, it would have fetched me over these back roads here back to 62, but I don't know. But just to be on the safe side, I've stuck to what I know. Which is absolutely jack shit, innit? You know what I mean? I know nothing. The joys of motoring in 2024. I wonder whether they thought when when they built these motorways way back when. I wonder whether they had the foresight. Obviously, they clearly didn't have the foresight to envisage and imagine just how much sheer volume of traffic there'd be on the roads in 50, 60 years' time. Do you know what I mean? There's actually a great video. I think it's brilliant to watch. There's a great video on YouTube. Well, it must have been a documentary series at the time, and it was recorded, I think, it was either the mid to late 70s or early 1980, and it's following Greater Manchester Police and the Motorway Division, and it focuses on here. Fucking hell, it's brilliant. You know when they had them big Range Rovers? And they're going to one accident after another in fog and that. Oh no, it's fantastic, it's great footage. And the bobbies are just funny, do you know what I mean? They're just comical. But they're interviewing people what's had a crash, and the humour on the people is unbelievable. It's great. I just think it's fantastic. But again, all they did, there was no highways agencies or anything. They just turn up to the accident. Right, can it be moved? Right, get a chain on it. Drag it across. We'll open carriageway again. It's good, it's good. If you get a chance, look it up. I can't mind what it's called. I'll try and look for it after and post the link in my community section. But it's a fantastic video. It's about 3 or 4 of them, one after the other. I mean, all them bobbies will be long since retired now, and some of them might even be dead. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a great watch. This is Butch Services just coming up. Try and run you up to Hartshead Moor. Yeah, I'll try and have a look at that video again after. It's like in an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half's video altogether. What I done yesterday, basically leaving Mel's at Frome to Bristol. It's about an hour and a half's worth of video, but it would not load up. It just kept failing for load. So I've taken that clip from it. Well, I've taken 2 clips from it actually. When I first come out at Concrete Factory, I went down the B3139 or whatever it is. A woman pulled out on me at a junction. She clearly didn't see this great big red and yellow truck. You know what I mean? It's a great big Arctic. She didn't see it. Pulled out on me, but it is what it is. And then I got a clip of that. So it's on my phone loaded, but it just would not load up to YouTube last night. Full video. So I managed to clip some of it out and put 2 clips on. One of the woman pulling out on me, and one of me basically making a fuck up, making a boo-boo. I should have stopped and edge my way out just to make sure it's clear. But as I'm approaching, I know I've got to give way to oncoming traffic if there is any. But I saw the cars coming past, and I just thought it was clear after that, so I pulled out. And bushing, there's a car coming down, and he had back up a little bit. Well, I don't mind posting it. I was in the wrong, do you know what I mean? So what I might have to do is chop that video down into like 20-minute sections and put it on, because otherwise it wouldn't load. And I had about I had 4 attempts at it last night. This is 3 or 4 then. No, I had 4 attempts at it last night, and eventually I thought, I give up, I'm tired, I won't go to bed. As I say, I just clipped it down with 2 little bits off it, but yeah, I'll try and get it on after in 20-minute sections or something, see if it'll do it that way. Aye diddly, aye dee, stinking rotten swiney cheese. Hoochie coochie comety boo, higgity bumpty bumpty bread. Tooty toot and root and chew, diddly umpty tight too. Right, still in a 40. Yeah, it would have done, see. I bet it would have took me out there from Middleton and Haywood. I bet it would have took me out there to junction 19. If I'd have turned left, coming out that side, I reckon it would have took me out there. The A6046, it would have probably spit me out somewhere there, but with not being 100%, I didn't want to risk it, so I've just gone back to motorway. Yeah, happen it would have put me out through these back roads somewhere and put me out here at Haywood. Just mindful backing him off. Shiggity diggity babbity poo. We're alright once we pass this junction, we should start getting some progress again. It's just a slow process, isn't it? With M62. No matter what major road you go on these days now, a motorway, there's just solid wall of traffic. I really do think we've got far too many vehicles on the road. I really do. I don't mean turn into my bloody granddad moaning, you know what I mean? Because my granddad, it's not same as when I was a lad. Things have gone up 2 pence dearer. Bless him, God rest him. My granddad, I loved him, mate, but he's fucking made me laugh at times. He'd sit glued to, when Budget was coming out, he'd sit glued to telly watching Budget. Things have gone up, 2 pence cheap, 2 pence dearer. Robbing bastards, he'd be at it. Robbing bastards, lad, robbing bastards. He lived in Oral Post. Wigging me granddad. There used to be a shop down Pemberton, just before Enfield Street. There's an Esso petrol station there, just before you turn for Enfield Street. There was a shop, I think next door, but one to it on the same side. It's probably still there. It was like a newsagent's type of place. call it like a bargain booze or something like that. I'm sure shop's still there. But at the time, back in 1980s, it would have just been a big news agency, I think. And what he used to do, because cigs at this particular shop was 2p cheaper, so to save 2p, there was a petrol station at Orrell Post, just after a pub called the Stag. There was a petrol station next door to it. He'd go to a petrol station, put £2 of petrol in his car, thought drive about a mile and a half, 2 miles at a push, down to Pemberton, get 20 cigarettes, what were 2p cheaper, then fucking drive a mile and a half back. So it cost him £2 for petrol. Thought go for a packet of cigarettes, what were 2p cheaper. And he could never figure out that, you know what I mean? But we just left him to it because he was buzzing his tits off. Aye, I'll get it cheaper. So, never mind them bastards, robbing bastards there. Yeah. That was my granddad for you though, do you know what I mean? He was a lovely fella, he was. He was a wagon driver back in his day, my granddad, you know. He worked on, you'd call them class 2 tippers now. But he hauled a lot of coal out of coal mines, delivered them to places all over North West. He never tramped, but there was no tacos and that in his day, and he went all over North West of England. But he never used a motorway. He knew every B road. He knew every B road going. He couldn't read and write, my granddad, because when he was at school, his parents had died when he was a youngster, when he was about 2 years old. So he was fetched up in Wigan with his grandparents. And when he was about 8 years old, they took him out of school and put him to work for the family business. They used to have a shop on a place called Hardybucks in Wigan. They used to sell paraffin heaters and coal and whatnot. My granddad had to work him with his Uncle Jimmy, and his Uncle Jimmy learned him how to drive a little wagon. They had a little flatbed wagon at the time. Being out bone shaker in today's standards, but I'd love to see one now. And his Uncle Jimmy learned him how to drive it, so he used to go around with his Uncle Jimmy on coal round. And when they got out housing estates, he'd drive and his Uncle Jimmy would be running up pathways to doors with bags of coal. And obviously as he started getting a bit older, he was on the family business and that's what he did. But when he left school, he just missed out on Second World War. So he never fought in Second World War, but when the Second World War was over in 1945, he would have been called up, I think, the year after. No. He would have been called up in the late 40s, he would, yeah, the late 90s, couple of years after the war had finished in 1945, he would have been called up to do his national service. So he did his national service in what was called the Royal Corps of Transport, or the RTC now, because he could drive a wagon. And he served his national service in a place called Trieste in Italy. And he spent his national service over there. Driving wagons, but they also learned him mechanics. He could already tinker with stuff anyway. So when he came out of the army, he basically went straight back onto the wagons and he ended up wagon driving most of his life. On what you would call a class 2 tipper now, hauling coal about. But he could fix trucks as well. He could buy he used to buy a lot of old cars, my granddad. Oh, we're backing up here, just mindful. There's a box van waiting, come on as well, junction 1, just mindful. Yeah, he used to buy old cars, my granddad, towards his later life after he'd retired, to give him something to do. He'd buy old bangers what were ready for the scrapyard. As long as they were structurally sound, he'd get underneath and have a look. As long as chassis were alright and it weren't rotting away and needed tons of welding, he'd buy the thing. And he'd listen to engine, he'd start it up and he'd listen to it. And he'd be able to tell what was not right with it and what needed fettling. So he'd get underneath and he'd be on his he'd be on his back in all weathers, come rain, snow, and bloody shine, underneath a car, fixing it and mauling about with it, leaking with petrol and a cig in his gob, you know what I mean? Old school like that. But he'd have it running right. Within space of a week or so, he'd have it running right and he'd have it fucking sound. And like I say, as long as it was structurally solid and it didn't need tons of welding and it was rotting, he'd do them up, get them going again and sell them on. He wouldn't make a fortune, you know what I mean? He wasn't a wheeler dealer that way. But he'd get his money back and he'd make a couple of quid for his ale as well. He might make 50 quid on a car or something. That was his beer and fag money for a week, you know what I mean? And then he'd go and get another one and do the same. It gave him something to do. Kept his mind occupied. I mean, in today's modern cars with computers and that, he wouldn't have a bloody clue, he really wouldn't. But, you know, cars from that era, like your old Vauxhall Vivas. I remember he had a couple of Vauxhall Vivas and then he got an old Vauxhall Cavalier and he done the same with that. But them were the days when the cars had chokes on them and stuff, do you know what I mean? So when it was a cold start, you'd pull choke out of it, wouldn't you? All them days have gone now, so he wouldn't have a clue about that now, modern day cars. But you give him an old car, to start it up, well, people used to come to him from off the state. Jimmy, can you have a do at this? Because his name was Jimmy as well, my granddad, as well as his uncle, Jimmy. Or James, but everybody called him Jimmy. People would come to him off the state. Jimmy, I'm taking this from the MOT, can you have a listen to it, see if there's anything wrong with it? And it's a start, he'd lift bonnet up and say, start the engine. It's running a bit thingy, that just needs tweaking here. He said, we'll get it running right. He said, it's ticking over a bit too fast. You know what I mean? He knew. He had an ear for it. And the army had trained him as well as being brought up in family business, do you know what I mean? So he knew what he was doing about that. Well, like I say, he could never read or write. He could reckon frigging money up. Nobody had ever tuckle him. He could reckon money up. But he couldn't read or write, my granddad. All his life. I always said I was going to learn him one day and I never got round to it before he passed away. Yeah, he was... Anyway, going back to it, yeah, he used to really tickle me. He used to make me laugh with that. 2 pence cheaper there, lad. Well, you've just put 2 pounds worth of petrol in, granddad. You know what I mean? But we never used to say it. We just leave him to it, let him get on with it. Oh, he was chuckling away to himself. I'm not paying them prices for them robbing bastards. 2 pence cheaper there, road lad. 2 pence cheaper. Up here for thinking, lad, down there for dancing. You stick with me, kid. You know what I mean? One of them, bless you. Right, mindful. There's a slow-moving vehicle in lane 1. Traffic's really heavy. In lane 3 coming past me. We're actually across now. We'll let this one come out. Big crane, lad. Big crane, putting him up the hill, pal. Go on, son, now. I'll pace one well. Right, we're back into lane 1. Right, traffic's moving now. Progress. And that's what was holding every bugger up back there when they were trying to come round it, that crane. There'll be some weighted bloody thing, won't there? We'll get up to the top at Moors here, Little House on Prairie, and then we'll put him in at Hartshead Moor and I'll cut you loose, pal. Cut you loose then. Yeah, I miss my granddad as I got older. I mean, I bloody missed him when he died, don't get me wrong. He died in 1998. So he's been dead a long while now, my granddad, he really has. He'd be bloody old if he was still alive now, he'd be pushing 100. But I missed him when he went, I really did. I still do. Life goes on, doesn't it? You've got your own life to live. So just mirrors, this thing's meandering in lane 2 and I'm catching this one in lane 1. I'm going to have to come across to lane 3 in order to take a pair of them. Some people, I'm not knocking or criticising this car for it, but some people just get on a motorway, jump straight into lane 2 and they don't move. The traffic's coming across, there's an LKW Walter Cactus Jack in lane 2. This Scania's now catching him, so it's going to come across into lane 3 as well. Yeah, we're in lane 2 now for however long it takes to get to where it's going. I think it's a confidence thing. I mean, some people are just not confident on the motorway, are they? So they'll just get into lane 2 and they just have tunnel vision and they stay in lane 2 forever. They don't come off lane 2 until they're coming off the motorway. But I'm just mindful, he's now increasing his speed, so he's going to undertake me now. I'm going to get stuck behind this bugger here. Coming back into 3 lanes, some mirrors, I'm going to have to come back into lane 2. He's just going to sit there at 55 mile an hour, I think. I hope he proves me wrong and moves across to lane 1, but I doubt it. I've often wondered what it'd be like for work for these men, WS, on flatbeds like. I wouldn't mind getting into a bit of low loader work as well. So I have thought about it. I do miss me Scanias, but I don't know what they're like. I don't know what they're like to work for. They've got a good tidy fleet, but I have thought about WS, flatbed work and abnormal loads, low loader work and that as well. A mixture of all sorts. Some mirrors. But I live in Carlisle and I don't know whether they base anything at Carlisle. It's normally Runcorn or Thirsk. It's a bit far to travel, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But I have considered it. If you work for WS, what do you like? I wouldn't fancy tanker work for them. I couldn't be arsed with that. Tight sites are not a problem, but everywhere you go is tight these days. No, I've just really fancied trying to get into some kind of low loader work and abnormal loads, heavy haulage. But then again, the downside to that is you end up doing a lot of night work and a lot of weekends and stuff, so I'd probably never see wife, do you know what I mean? So but that would definitely be something of interest to me. I mean, driving the truck's just driving the frigging truck, no matter who you're hauling for or what you're doing. Truck driving's exactly the same, but it's just something different, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I think the only thing with low loader work is the clues in the title. The bloody trailers are right sat down low, so if you're going on a lot of these sites like Clogmired, you're easy to get bogged in, and do you know what I mean? Or going over speed bumps and stuff like that. Because it's sat right bloody low, there's a heck of a risk of getting grounded, isn't there? Some mirrors. Catching up to this one, so we're just going to come out and attack him. Just coasting now down this hill, there's no gas, I'm just letting letting gravity take its course and roll us down. Just roll past this one. Just roll past this one now, see, nice. Just backing him off on returning because speed's creeping up. Some mirrors. We'll come back in, we're past him now. Again, just back him off on return because speed's creeping up again. No gas at all here, I'm just coasting all the way around this hill now. That's an amazing feat of engineering, that dam, isn't it? There. Imagine the nervous feeling though, when you finish that project and you turn tap on and open floodgates for water to come in. Imagine them being stood at bottom down up to the side of it, shitting themselves in case they'd not sealed it proper. There'll be a heck of a force of water backed up against that wall there. When heavy rain and the water's right up, it spills over that bit in middle, doesn't it? But if you look across, up here, in this section, all the way up through these moors and that, Just have a look over. You'll see all sorts of water features channeling the water from these hills, fetching it down to there, to that dam and that reservoir. Brilliant. I just love it, mate. I think it's great. It's just bleak weather up here, isn't it, though? Brilliant minds have gone before us, though, many moons gone by. What thought of all this shit? Building bridges, utilising the natural water off the land, rain, and fetching it down into a dam and a reservoir there. Fantastic. Some mirrors, mindful. Another big reservoir there, so is that ladybower? I'm not sure. There's one of them in there what's got like a big sinkhole plug. Looks like a plug hole. And when it's an overspill, is that ladybower? I don't know. There's one of them round here. Just get past this camper van. Just mindful, I don't want to be too close to this wagon in front because I can't see what's in front of him now, you see. But if you leave too much of a gap, some bugger just jumps in it. So you never get any progress because you're constantly backing off. I'm expecting this one come back in when he passes this car and caravan. We'll get past him. Go on, son, on you go, back in. Good lad. Right, so we'll put the hammer down again and we should creep past him. Just creeping up on him slowly. Start dropping downhill now, so I'm going to come off that gas and just coasting down here. I'm just watching 4 trucks in front here. Traffic's just building up in lanes 2 and 3. Just started to put the brakes on. Just bunching up, you see. Wind's picking up a little bit. That was an old 7.5 ton rigid, that was a really old one. This had a blowout with a rusty out pigging wheel on it, front blowout and all. It's a body wagon here, this one. I have 2 drops on for Glasgow and I'm going to pick up apparently. And then I've got to put this trailer and I've got to go back to our yard and I've got to pick up a new wagon. They're taking this off me. It's due its MOT next week, so as far as I know I'm getting a 24 plate XG. Only for the rest of the week, Sunday must be off. So I'm getting someone else's. I don't like cab hopping in someone else's. It means I can't smoke or anything. You know what I mean? But I know you shouldn't be smoking, but there's only me in this wagon all week. I'm a tramper. But I'm packing in again soon. I've decided they're not doing me any good. I'm going to have one last attempt at packing in at the weekend. Right, my services are coming up in 6 miles, so I won't pass this one. I might just see if I can get past this tanker. I'm just mindful. Some mirrors. Tanker's putting his hammer down, so we're just going to come back in. I don't want to get in a running battle for trying to get past him. So I'll just slot back in behind him. The trouble is, this truck I've just overtook will probably walk past me soon as well. So these two's now in a battle in lanes 1 and 2. We're running downhill, so they're both pushing on. I don't want to get stuck out in lane 2. Some mirrors, one joining, nothing else on slipboard. This one's just coming back in, so just mirrors, mindful. Can we get past these two now? Mirrors, we're going to go for it. This thing's going to hold us up a little bit now in lane 2. We should just have enough time to take these two. Just didn't want to be kept out in lane 2 while these two are fighting for positioning. So my services is coming up in 4 miles, is it? 4 miles, there's the sign for it. We should just get past this one now in lane 1 and we'll come back in. Right, just mindful, road mail's coming out. He's catching up onto the one in front of him. I need to be coming back in shortly, but I don't want to mess this guy's day up, but I'm still overtaking him lane 1. So mirrors, I'm going to come back in now because I don't want to get kept out in lane 2. Descending again. This will probably be my last video for today. I might do a video in cab of that thing tonight, but I won't be doing any driving footage in it because I've not got anything set up for it. So I've never driven an XG. I'll find out what they're like and then see if I get jealous and want one myself. Apparently there's loads of space in them. I mean, I kind of like this one I'm in. Looking goes well for me. Again, I'm just mindful, this guy I've just took now in this ridge is going to come and overtake me again, but I don't want to sit out in lane 2. We're going to come off shortly for Hartshead Moor Services. Just that sitting out now. Here we go, 2 miles, Hartshead Moor. It's not worth trying to overtake anybody now, because it's surprising how fast 2 miles goes. I think it's halfway up this hill, isn't it, Hartshead Moor? Or just at the top of it, 1 or 2. Hartshead Moor Services will cut you loose, pal. Here we go, half a mile. Trouble is, everybody I've overtook's now coming back past me. Some mirrors! I want to come over here now. Here's my 300 yards marker. In between 3 and 2 and mirrors. Signals on. I will cut you loose here, guys. Might be about an hour's worth of a video this, I'm not sure. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I've no doubt we'll do something else next week. But I probably won't. This will probably be my last video now for this week, because like I said, I'm going up to Pollington now, and then I'm getting a 2-dropper on for tomorrow. But then I've got to make my way up to Fraggle Rock and pick up another unit, because this is due its MOT. So the lad's off apparently this week, and I'm going to have his unit for the rest of the week. So. I'll not be able to smoke in it or anything, but fair dues, if he's a non-smoker, it's his cab. You're not allowed, you're not meant to smoke in them anyway. There's only me who uses this fucking thing, so I do, but I'll not be for long because I'm packing in again. Right, we'll just get him in here and we'll see where we're going. Just looking for a bay now, what's free. A bay what's free and not too much of a ball hit back into. Just mindful at left hooker. I mean, I can blindside into one of these two here on my left hand side, but I'm just going to roll it up. If I can, I'll stop at back of something else and just pull. I'm only cutting you loose, I don't need really reversing to a bay as such. Just trickling forward. I don't want to put pressure on this guy, 'cause there's no worse than when you're trying to back in. I mean, that's on his good side, he's a left hooker, so he'll be on his good side. There's no worse than when you're trying to back in and somebody's trying to get around you and your unit's stuck over and kinked out and you can't see a fucking thing. But that's on his good side, so we shouldn't have an issue. Right, he's in. Just rolling forward. As I say, there's no reason for me backing a bay as such now, so I'll just pull across the front of these lot. Just cut you loose. This'll do us. Right, so I have been your old mate Borothea once again. You, my friend, have been beautiful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Join me on the next one. Have a great rest of your week. Ta-ra now.